Okay, there, sheeple. My lords at Futsabama Inc. had advised me to make a very completely clear distinction that I am talking about the quality of the show and its jokes, not its political stance. I am here to talk only and only about South Park. Fuck fascism, fuck genocide, and fuck wars. Okay, you got all that? Good. Like and subscribe and play my music. Let me ask you a question. Should South Park be political first or funny first? In a perfect world, it should be both. But when you come to the reality down there, we often find that the show usually picks one or the other. South Park, at its best, usually should be getting a reaction out of you more often than not. That reaction is supposed to be usually laughter, but it could literally be anything else. But you know what? Comedy is the absolute definition of subjective. So let me get it down to a science. We'll see how South Park perform in 3 very simple rules of comedy. And before you ask, no, these are not written rules. These are just some Futsabama categories that I and only I shall know. The laziness of its jokes, the strength of its characters, and the creativity of its plot. And we'll do that by comparing it to a show that excels in all 3 categories. Archer, a personal favorite of mine. Let's start with the laziness of the jokes.
Exactly. Good question. And speaking of questions...
No, don't! Don't go back there, Sterling!
I have a question, Mother. Why does this chair have no seat? And what is in his ass?
This right here is a joke. It's told once, one and done, and then we move on to another joke, and another joke, and another. You get it all. Sometimes you'll get a call back to something you did before, and sometimes you'll do it more than once when the audience least suspect it. Now, let's take a look at how South Park approaches this problem. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, that's nice. You came up with 3 very good jokes. In the makeup bit, the shooting dog bit, and the master debating bit. Oh, that's funny. Okay, anything else? Oh, it's the master debating bit again. Oh, it's again and again. Would you look at that? It's the dog shooting bit. Again and again and Anything else? Oh, it's the makeup bit, isn't it? Again and again. Do we have anything else on here? No? I mean, we have the nut joke. Again and again and again. You get the idea? Okay, I have to be extremely clear in here. I'm not saying that these are bad jokes or badly written or anything. Maybe the first 9 times or something. This is just so lazy. Like, so damn lazy. I expect this half-assery from Family Guy, not South Park. Unlike a show like Archers that writes a plot and then makes jokes appropriate to said plot, South Park starts with the jokes, then the circumstances are just one joke over and over and over again. That right here is not comedy. What I was describing this whole time was trying to see how comedy works. If I know you'll do something, then it's not funny. If you do the same thing over and over again with no variation, then it's not funny. If I see it coming, then it's not funny. You know, like, this is not rocket science, right? A good show writer would spend time and effort crafting different situations that allows the characters within the show to be in funny circumstances. Different circumstances. Different situations. You get the idea? And these obviously should lead into different, that's the word here, different jokes. And you only repeat or reuse materials if it's unexpected. At this point, this is not comedy. You're just trying to get it over with so you can get your paycheck. They give them how much? For how long? Subscribe! Okay, maybe you're just reusing the same jokes over and over again, but you know what? Maybe we have strong and well-defined characters. Imagine this situation for me real quick. A flat earther just entered the Archer office and started talking nonsense. Can you tell me how the Archer characters would react? Of course you can. Lana would just think that this is stupid. Sierra and Krieger would just debate the guy. Archer would just pretend that he believes him just to piss the others off. Mallory wouldn't give a hoot. Pam and Ray would just find it absolutely hilarious. And I have no idea what Rochelle would do because he is a bad character that just says buzzwords. Okay, now let me ask you the same question, but with the South Park gang. The answer would be, I have no freaking idea. Everyone's personality is literally whatever the plot demands it to be at any given moment. Kyle and Stan are the exact same characters with no difference, except maybe some Jewish jokes are told for Kyle, while Stan had, I don't know, nothing. Kitty as a whole is just a lot of nothing going on and he just exists to be offed. Cartman is... Okay, well, Cartman is actually good. I won't debate Cartman. Or Butters for that matter. I'm not saying that the show is awful. I'm just saying that most of it characters this way. I'm just being fair here, okay? But the rest, you could, I don't know, take Clyde or Token and then tell me that they're actually flat earthers. Heck, not even bat an eye. Because these are not characters. They will say or do whatever the plot demands from them at any given moment. While yes, not all the characters are like this, the vast majority of the show are. They are nothing but talking heads, stick figures. Let's do a thought experiment real quick. Take any episodes where the plot revolves around one of the characters within the school, and then swap that kid with Clyde, and then I dare you to notice the difference. It's all just nothing. You're supposed to be making materials that interact with your characters, and the materials you're using should be integral to that character's indisposition. A good comedy would meticulously craft a unique situation and then let its character interact with said situation depending on their own personalities. A bad comedy would start by already having their characters play the role of the circumstance without factoring in their character's own unique traits. If any of your characters can just do or say whatever the plot demands, then the audience will stop viewing them as characters and would view them as nothing more than talking heads rather than actual characters. Yeah, come on, you get it. Okay, so we do not have much in the way of materials, and apparently that goes double for our characters. But maybe, just maybe, we can actually tell a good story. This is the absolute pole of creativity after all. I mean, I heard some people calling this show brave, daring, biting commentary. So, let's see what unique things you can come up with. All you have to do is just come up with an original idea, and go.
For using an iPhone made by the free market to complain about a system that gave it to you. Girls have it way easy in America, and that's just the truth.
Woke student totally pwned!
So, let me get this straight. In a show like Archer, the writer would sit down for hours trying to come up with something truly his own. Something that he imagined would allow him to write a great story. In Archer, the plot of each episode is something that took a lot of time, care, and effort to come up with, and something that the writers truly believe is the best for the characters at the moment. Now, let's look at South Park. South Park actually have a different approach to quote-unquote comedy. Actually, scrap that. Slap, we're calling this slap. Okay, here is how a usual episode of South Park works. The writers would get together, pop up with the news for a while, and then say, that's the plot. We're doing that. And then they just do that. ICE is kidnapping people in the news. Let's show ICE kidnapping people in the news. Trump is violating free speech. Let's show Trump violating free speech. Ben Shapiro and the likes are debating college girls. Let's do exactly that. Like, even if we throw the whole comedy, entertainment, subtlety, or quality out the window, where exactly is the biting commentary in here? You aren't actually saying anything new or interesting. You aren't adding anything to the conversation. You're just repeating whatever you saw on the news last week. Because, like, even if I agree with your point, and for the most part I do, I'm not seeing you do anything with it. I'm just seeing you repeat it back to me. Heck, you people even went in the air and said that you have no creative bone in your body. You literally said that you have just watched the news one last week before the episode dropped just to put stuff in the final episode.
We were at South Park this morning trying to figure out what next week's show is going to be. So right now, we don't know.
I cannot stress this enough. Your approach to storytelling is just watching the news and say, I want to repeat that in my show.
And even like last weekend, I mean, just 3 days ago, we were sitting there going, I don't know if people are going to like this. Like, and we're just changing as we go, and we're reading stuff in the newspaper. We're like, oh, okay, let's put that in there.
I have seen Family Guy episodes less lazy than this. Okay. That is extremely unfair. You're not almost that soulless.
We're just changing as we go, and we're reading stuff in the newspaper. We're like, oh, okay, let's put that in there. Oh, okay, let's put that in there. Oh, okay, let's put that in there.
Okay, so, that was something, I guess. So, I feel the need to make this extremely clear. If South Park makes you laugh, then good for you. If South Park changes how you think about anything, then good for you. I'm not here to try and tell you not to enjoy it, but God, is that show so damn lazy. Okay, so, now what? Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Nah, I'm pretty sure it's nothing. What's Obama out?
changing as we go and we're reading stuff in the newspaper. We're like, oh, okay, let's put that in there.